Everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say less.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz, and along with me is the man with the buys, the man with the tries, the one with the broad chest, the one, the only, the winner of last night, John Borba.
Hello.
Good morning, Borba. How are we feeling?
I feel good, man. You know what? It feels so good to end a generational run. It feels so good.
Yes, all right.
Just to put that to bed. The generational run is now over. Let's put a fork in them. Let's dim the lights, turn off the show, send the boys back home, and that's what we did.
Well, guys,
That's
last
exactly
night
it.
happened. The Vikings took down the Dallas Cowboys behind J.J. McCarthy's outstanding performance, over 250 yards, having a career day. The defense yet again shows us that they are capable of giving anybody an all-pro type of night. And with that being said, let's lock in to see what Borba had to say last night after a victorious win. Oh, that's so cool.
Just blew the candle out on the Cowboys season.
JV.
Oh my gosh.
JV. I felt that. I respect it. I love the trash talk. And as you said, you did sure blow out the candles for the Dallas Cowboys. We are now set at a 1% chance to get into the playoffs. Absolutely everything has to happen for the Cowboys to get in, starting with Philly losing the rest of their games. They got to go 0-3, which is very unlikely. So we can toss that out the window. Also, we would need the Lions and the Packers to lose out as well, which I don't see happening. But if we want to be hopeful and if we want to be delusional, which I don't think we can be today, 1% chance. Yeah, it's pretty much. It feels like it's out the window for the Cowboys. But what do we do next? I guess that's what the you know, JB, you come over. Let's just kind of set the table as to what last night looked like for us, right? You come over. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty gravy. As you can tell, I was very calm and collective. You asked me if I'm nervous. I said no, not even a little bit. The game kicks off. And obviously, it kind of falls in y'all's favor. You guys, we go into halftime tied. You
Falls in our favor. Falls in our favor. Is that what it is? You guys got the best start, getting a pick, everything.
The start of the game, we definitely thought, hey, this is probably what we thought it was going to be, right? I think you thought that too. You thought you came to hang out for just the first half, and then you were probably going to go home, as so did I. And we go to half, and we're tied, and then you look at me, and you go, you nervous yet? And I was like, nah, we're going to come out of this half. We're going to score 7, and then we're going to get the ball rolling. We come out of the half, score 3, and you're like, yo, defense is starting to buzz. And it sure did. And I think the one thing that I kept telling you repetitively last night was, JV, didn't I tell everybody that this was a good team that we were playing? This Minnesota Vikings team.
I didn't hear that last week.
If they had good quarterback play, this team would be a playoff team. So we didn't lose to a bad team last night, JB. I thought we lost to a pretty good team. But J.J. McCarthy was able to have an outstanding game, over 250 yards, career game. And I think really, as a Cowboys fan, to be realistic here, I think I don't want to say it was a good loss. Losing is not good at all, right? But I think yesterday what it did is it really just kind of it puts light to Jerry Jones that, like, hey, your ego got in the way of this season. If anybody let us down this year, it was 100% Jerry Jones. And if there's anybody to blame, it would be 100% on Jerry Jones. The fact that he had grinded out with Matt Eberflus this long, I don't know that. I now think you have to fire him. I've been trying to hang on to it. I've kind of told you, like, if we're gonna ride it out with Matt Eberflus, then that tells me that they're gonna bring in something uh, to help the secondary. And I think last night our secondary, not that it hasn't been exposed, like I think we're very aware that the Cowboys had a trash secondary. I just think it came to light yesterday that it has zero improvement in it whatsoever. I was telling you yesterday, number 34. Don't know why that guy was on my TV yet again. I mean, we saw him against Philly, and he absolutely got torched by A.J. Brown. And I was screaming at my TV then, why is this guy on my TV? And you look at the sideline and you see Trayvon Diggs in street clothes, and it's like, you telling me Trayvon Diggs is worse than number 34? And JB was like, disrespectful. You should get to know his name. But no, that's the type of respect we got to give to number 34 because he's absolute trash. It made me feel like me and JB could go out there and line up and be just about as effective as that guy was. Like it was a disaster. And that's not to take away from what the Vikings did yesterday. They exposed every single thing from us. They basically went out there and said, "Hey, my guys are more athletic than yours." Basically, exactly what the Detroit Lions did. It's unfortunate for the Dallas Cowboys. How do we move forward? I think you fire the DC. You got to fire the DC after what happened last night. That's a fireable offense by any means, JB. I'm absolutely disgusted by Matt Eberflus. The fact that the one thing that JJ McCarthy struggles the most is pressure, and we brought almost none. Oh, how?
Sacked 0 times, 0
Zero.
sacks.
That's a slap in the face to the fan base. That's a slap in the face to Jerry Jones, and I think Matt Eberflus should not end the season with this Dallas Cowboys team. We got to move forward. I don't know what the answer is right now. I'm a little too emotional to really to look into it because I don't know that they're gonna do it. I think if we look into what DC we can get next, all I think is we're gonna get our hopes up and be disappointed yet again. And JB. Well, I'm gonna pull up this clip because I want you to see how we felt about this defense like 2 months ago. And we're gonna revisit that. But if you could just tell me, what did you see from the Vikings team, and then like for yourself, like, are you optimistic about next season, or it was just like, the Cowboys stink? I keep having that video flash in front of my face whenever you're holding up our towel, and you're like, Cowboys suck. That video kind of keeps replaying in my face, but
Good.
is it just the
Rent
fact that
free, baby. Rent free.
is it you guys just beat a trash team, or I mean, you're optimistic about what you're seeing from that Vikings team last night?
We did beat a trash team. Like, let's keep that
Yeah.
real. But I think I was saying this last week too. I said it before the Washington game. I was like, okay, now we're going into a stretch where McCarthy's finally not playing like crazy stout defenses that he's been playing on his third, fourth, fifth start. His eighth start was last night. Looked a little funny at times, but like for the most part, he was laying a couple dots that our receivers just outplayed the corners for. Jalen Naylor had a couple big touchdown catches. Addison early in the game broke free in the secondary, just worked him on a little double move, baby, and got him deep. McCarthy threw that thing deep, dude. Renee's in there, just sitting there. As the ball's just flying through the air, slow mo into Addison's hands, and like this is what McCarthy needs. This is what we need to see. We saw a career game last week from McCarthy, and then this week we see another one. So this is obviously the steps of improvement that we want to see. Does he have a lot of things to work on? Yes, big time. His throwing mechanics still, I think that's going to come in the offseason. They're going to spend a lot of time in the offseason. There was a point where they compared JJ McCarthy to Josh Allen in his throwing motion out of college, and pretty similar. But I think with the right mechanics, you can get all that stuff down and then just slow the game down. This is what you want to see the last 3 weeks of the season. Keep slowing the game down for him and let him get a little bit comfortable. That's the biggest thing, and we saw that last night. We saw more growth, and all we need is decent quarterback play. We just need decent quarterback play, and we're a solid team. We weren't getting that earlier in the year when everybody was after JJ's head, but now 9 has came out, baby. 9 has came out and given us a career performance against the Dallas Cowboys to end the generational run. That's what we
The
love.
generation, yo,
That's what
keep
we
rubbing
love.
it in, baby. Rub that
Yeah.
in. Rub it into my open wound, JB. That is tough. I'm gonna answer Cheech's question here in just a second. Keep firing coaches when the personnel is trash. Let's listen to this real quick. This is us about a month and a half ago. It's disgusting. I'm sick of this team, JB. I'm sick of this team, bro. I'm sick of this team. Sick of this team, bro. We have so much talent and we waste it over and over. It's the same stuff, bro. Same dance, same song. It's like I'm listening to Akon smack that over and over, bro. You already know
That's
what's
crazy.
going on. Come on, man.
Akon
What's going on? Dallas makes me want to vomit. At this point, it's like having a bad night. You wake up hungover and you smell alcohol. That's the Dallas Cowboys right now. It's gross, man. I don't know. I don't know that the sentiments have changed about how I feel about this team. Obviously, I kind of bought. I mean, I got delusional. I bought in, and yet they just continue to disappoint me. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. But Cheech, let's go to Cheech's question.
All
Keep
the time,
firing
bro.
coaches when the personnel is trash. Now I agree with them. Our personnel is trash. Our secondary is trash. It's absolutely trash. But I think the most important thing is that we're not putting out the best available players, and I think that showed yesterday. The fact that Matt Eberflus couldn't fix that relationship with Trayvon Diggs. Well, I mean, we don't know what's going on. Nothing's came out from any Dallas media as to what's going on, but it's obvious that there's issues between Eberflus and Trayvon Diggs, or just Trayvon Diggs and the Cowboys organization. But the fact that they're not putting out the best product that they have available, I mean, that just goes to show that it's hard for me to believe in, and I don't want to say the coaching staff as a whole, but it's hard for me to believe in a DC that made absolutely no changes and was so stuck in the mud on his scheme rather than at some point switching it up to be able to adjust to the personnel that he had at hand. I think that's whenever you find some of the greatest coaches is whenever they can adapt. And I don't think Eberflus showed any type. I mean, he had zero success in and I don't know that he ever really tried to make that move to adapt to his personnel. And because of that, like, I can't sit here and assume that Jerry's going to bring in the personnel that we need, because, I mean, he did it this year. I mean, he tried to do it here at the end to stop the run for us on defense, but it failed. And that's kind of what happens. It's like college football. You can spend all the money in the world. You can have all the NIL money in the world. But if you don't bring in the right dogs, then what is it? What is it worth, JP? What is it worth, right? I mean, you look at teams like Texas, Vandy, that are sitting outside the college football playoffs that had some money to spend. And, I mean, they spent the money and look at the results of that. And that's where the Cowboys are right now. It's unfortunate. I hate it. I hate it. Do you want to move on, or do you want to keep talking about this dysfunctional organization, JB?
I mean, obviously the defense is not good, but when the offense stalls out, they went 2 of 12 on third down. Yeah, they had a couple of fourth down conversions we saw at the beginning of the game. But when your offense isn't clicking, we kind of limited the big plays. Got a couple sacks on Dak.
I'm staying away. I'm trying to stay away from the offense talk, because I'm like, man, if we start going in on Dak in that offense, boy, that is going to set us back. And this morning I saw a couple things, JB, about the Cowboys maybe possibly thinking about blowing things up. And I do think it is going to get interesting next year in the draft, because Dallas is probably going – I mean, you'd be dumb not to draft a quarterback. Like, at some point, you got to start looking forward. Dak probably has a year or two. I think one more year. I think a year like this next year, the conversation about Dak Prescott leaving Dallas, I think, gets absolutely loud. I mean, we're talking about conversation getting loud by like week 5 if the Dallas Cowboys don't find success. And as of right now, I am not as optimistic as I thought I would be. That loss last night was a bad loss. I mean, like I said, it's a loss worth getting people out of that locker room. JJ McCarthy was the laughing stock of the NFL coming in to the Dallas Cowboys game, and I think it's fair to say that I mean, we got a clown show in Dallas, and some people are saying this is Dallas coming into the locker room yesterday. That's Dak Prescott. Jason Garrett. The hell's Jason Garrett, man? Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones.
Oh,
number 34. Number 34.
Oh, there's George Pickens. George Pickens.
And here comes JJ McCarthy in the white suit. You see that? There's JJ McCarthy following the clown show.
Nah,
Someone's got to get one.
He's
What a joke of
escorting
a
y'all in,
franchise.
dude.
What a joke
Send y'all
of a
home.
franchise.
Huh?
Jerry Jones is supposed to be this rich, smart guy, and that's the product. That's the product. But at what point do you blame it on the players?
Team. You lost to a good football team.
You're right. You're right, JB. We did lose to a good football team. A team that should be in the playoffs right now. We should, JB. JB, yesterday, whenever you left, I felt like Skip Bayless a little bit. I did. I thought about it. I went to my trash can. I thought about it, bro. I thought about it. What a disgrace. What a disgrace of an organization. I'm lost for words, honestly, JB. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. We suck.
Just not a good product.
No.
And this is what happens. This is what happens when you make irrational moves. You don't have a game plan. Are you going to pay George Pickens? What's going to happen to Kenny Clark and his $20 million a year deal? What's going on with that? Are you paying him again? What's the long-term outlook on this team? Defense is not looking good. Do you keep Eberflus? Do you fire him? I don't know.
I don't.
A lot of questions to be asked this offseason.
I think the questions are going to start now.
Dak is one of them. That's going to happen in the next year or two. This is what we said at the beginning of the year. I said, watch out.
Yeah, and the year before, it's just continuous issues. It's until Jerry Jones changes, we won't see any type of success here, I think. And it is what it is. That's the Dallas Cowboys. That is Dallas Cowboys football as of late. I mean, we saw it last year. Our biggest issue, no running back whenever our team has been built off the running game. And now we're just relying on Dakota Prescott to be Patrick Mahomes. And the sooner that our organization realizes that we don't have a Patrick Mahomes behind the center, the sooner we'll find some success. And that's not a shot at Dak. I mean, that's just the reality of what it is. JB, but let's go into a couple winning locker rooms. I don't want to sound so down, man. I got to have a little bit of energy. This is crazy. And with that being said, JB, the one thing that does boost us up just a little bit, gets us a little excited, is going into winning locker rooms. Let's hit up a couple winning locker rooms to see what's popping. Who should we go into first? Well, JB, we've been pretty excited about one team, and that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. We've just been low key about it because they've shown us how inconsistent they can be, but these boys are starting to get a little groove coming off of getting themselves a winning streak going here. These are the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go into Liam Cohen and that locker room.
Hey, 6 total touchdowns. Hey, TJ, 3 receiving touchdowns. 3 interceptions on defense. We asked you to come out and take care of business. Asked you to do that. Every time we get what we emphasize with this group. Every single time. You guys continue to elevate and raise the standard. And that's pretty damn fun to watch, guys. It's pretty damn fun to be a part of. And all we continue to do is get better. We keep getting better as a team. And that's all we can truly ask for, guys. Keep this going, guys. Man, it's fun watching y'all play football, man. It's fun watching y'all play football. Really proud of you guys, man. Very proud to be your coach. You guys keep getting better and do everything we ask you to do. And that's pretty fun to watch, man. Really fun to be a part of. I love you guys.
Jags on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Dang, that one didn't have the steam that I thought it was gonna have, JB. But
here's the thing with the Jags. what's interesting. Trevor Lawrence has really the second half of the season really played better. We're not seeing all the questionable um, plays that Trevor Lawrence has been making in that first half of the season.
Yeah.
Literally, like, and here's the thing about Liam Cohen, who turned Baker Mayfield's career around. Liam Cohen was
Liam.
part of that. So I think what he's doing with Trevor Lawrence, I think he's putting Trevor Lawrence to that next tier. I think Trevor Lawrence was kind of average, maybe even below average in certain people's books. But this year, he's kind of turned that page where he's playing above average, as a quarterback. So he's
Yeah.
kind of like in that realm, lingering, kind of like revamped his career in a sense, because I don't know, we haven't had a lot of faith in Trevor Lawrence, but this year, it looks like it's finally coming together. The moves that they've made too, which haven't been crazy, but bringing in Jacoby Myers for wide receiver number 2 since Travis is down, that's a big pickup. He's been seeing success. The running game, ETN, man, it's kind of all coming together for the Jaguars. The AFC is going to be tough. You got all
Yeah,
these
for sure.
teams that we never even expected to make it in, and all of them have unknown quarterback play. So,
Oh, Bronco
yep.
fans aren't gonna like that statement that
Nope,
you
they're not
just
going to
made,
like
but
it.
Jacksonville Jaguars getting a big win over the New York Giants, 48-20 behind Trevor Lawrence, 20 for 32, 330 yards, JB, 5 touchdowns, but most importantly, 0 interceptions by Trevor Lawrence. And he was also good on his feet, which I think is the one thing that Liam Cohen is starting to utilize the most is he had 5 attempts for 51 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. His longest run was for 20 yards. And adding to ETN's day, which was only 12 for 32 rushing, but had himself a day on the receiving end where he went 4 targets, 3 receptions for 73 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man, ETN cooked it for the boys in the fantasy football leagues. But man, this Jacksonville team, like you said, JB, I mean, it feels like we've been going into their locker room quite a bit, and they are on quite a bit of a run here. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that they've won. Now they've won 5 games back to back, which looks good. And now they're heading over to Mile High this weekend against the Denver Broncos right before Christmas. What a game to set the tone for what the playoffs could possibly be. I like this Jacksonville team, man. They're fun. They seem, like you said, Liam Cohen seems to have these boys having some level of consistency, which I feel optimistic about. I mean, do you feel good about this team right now? If they were to get into when they get into the playoffs, or we'll find out this weekend against the Denver Broncos about how we really should feel about this team.
No, I think depending on that first round matchup, that's going to be a big tell because I don't think right now, I don't think the Texans. I don't think Jags. They don't want to see the Texans, man. That's who I'm going. Like the AFC is tough, but this Texans defense, man, they've got me sold. So if you see them in the first round, Chargers, that's always going to be an iffy game for sure. And then the Bills, of course, if they're playing the Bills first round, and you give Josh Allen some good weather, I mean, and we saw it yesterday. Josh Allen willing this team back, unknown. Patriots started off hot, 24-7. And then what does Josh Allen do? Puts the team on his back. They make plays. They come back, and the defense made plays when it mattered. So for me, it's still, man, until somebody can knock off the Bills, like how I just put a fork in the Chiefs this weekend. If somebody can knock off the Bills, then okay. The Bills and the Texans right now, I would be afraid to play them. I'd be afraid to play them.
And let's talk about that Bills game. Shout out to the Jags getting a win. Shout out to the boys in Duval. Hopefully they can keep it rolling, like their owner said, forever. So shout out to them. And Jay, before we move on to the Bills Patriots game, do you mind, as Nate said here, Borba is riding high in that booster seat right now, looking down on you, Rene. That is tough. Jay, if you don't mind playing Borba's video for us, let the viewers see what Borba had to say last night after a victorious win. You mind pulling that up for us? Oh.
Just blew the candle out on the Cowboys season.
Dude, that gets me every time, dude.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
That's good stuff, man.
Good job, JB. Happy Victory Monday. What a
Yep.
beautiful
That was our
day this
Super
will be
Bowl.
for you.
That was our Super Bowl.
Man, that's tough. Tough, man. Bills at Patriots, JB. How do we move on after? Hit me with that clip. Nah. But Jay,
Don't
let's
even. No, don't even. We got to
what?
put that in the archives.
All right, JB, the Bills get past the New England Patriots, a 21-point deficit they were able to overcome, putting themselves at a 10-4 6 seed in the AFC. Buffalo Bills 35-31 win over the New England Patriots. Josh Allen, are you sold on him? Are you sold on the Buffalo Bills on them getting back to the AFC Championship? Also, because this will be the first time an AFC Championship will not involve Mr. Tom Brady or Patty Mahomes since 2010. Jay, the producer, hit me with that stat this morning right before we kicked off the show. JB, that is absolutely nuts. That's a stat in the AFC Championship we haven't seen it without Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady. But is it time for Josh Allen? Is this his only window to get to a Super Bowl? How you feel about that?
I don't know if it's his only window, but this is a great opportunity. This is a great opportunity. And they could really, depending what their path goes through, even if they're as the fifth seed, fifth seed, sixth seed, you'd be playing the Jags, either the Jags or the Steelers, whoever comes out of that division, right? Steelers or the Ravens. So I think you got a doable path, depending on your seeding, and this is his best chance that we've seen in a while. Yeah, this team they've came up short in other areas, but they've played the Chiefs competitive. They played the Ravens competitive in the playoffs. It's just things didn't go Josh Allen's way. I think this year, if they want to do it, there's gonna have to be a lot of load on Josh Allen's back, man. He's got to make the plays. He's got to will this team to victory, kind of like how he did yesterday. So they're never out of a game, and we saw that against the number one seed at the time. At that, so and this Patriots going down like that, man, this really benefits the Broncos. Really benefits the Broncos. So I think the Broncos do need to be a number one seed for them to whoever gets that number one seed. I think they're going to be playing. I feel like it's going to be the Bills versus the number one seed, which is going to be the Broncos or the Patriots. But I'd rather have the Patriots as the number one seed because I think the Broncos go down against Houston. I'm gonna tell. That's my thing. If they match up, I think Houston takes them down.
Even after what you saw yesterday from the Denver Broncos.
After what I saw yesterday, yes. I'm still not sold on Bo Nix in that gameplay that we usually see from him. I mean, of course, he was slinging the ball around. He was doing good. Sean Payton, it looked like he opened up the offense a little bit more. But I'm just not. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, Bo Nix was slicing and dicing last night.
I don't know, man.
Bro, he was slicing and dicing. At one point, I texted Earl. I texted our buddy. I said, "Is that Patty Nix right there? Is that Patty Nix slinging the rock? I mean, at one point, that looked like a potential Super Bowl MVP slinging that rock, bro.
Could be.
I mean, we'll go to the Broncos. We'll go to the Broncos Green Bay game after this one, but." Off New England, on Thursday you said that there's a couple prove it games, and that was for Drake May and Bo Nix. Drake May, what'd you see from Drake May? Were you sold on what you saw from this team? I thought Drake May had a pretty stout game up until really that last drive where they just seemed stagnant. It seemed like that. They just didn't have the juice to finish the game. It felt like they got fatigue finally kicked in on the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills were able to overcome that, led by Josh Allen, who kind of put himself right back into that MVP conversation. And then Matthew Stafford played, and then he was able to pull himself away yet again. So it feels like that MVP race is going to come down to the end. But what were your thoughts on Drake May?
I think Drake May played good, and my thing was I think Drake May can help will his team to victory. But man, Bo Nix, he proved me wrong yesterday, right? Bo Nix proved me wrong yesterday, but Drake May, it's just everything's unknown right now in the AFC. I really don't know. I don't know what to put my finger on. And right now, like I would take the Bills. I would take the Bills in the AFC just because they have a proven track record. Yeah, these teams are good. Broncos got a good defense. Patriots, you got weapons. You can run the ball now. You got Travion Henderson. You got a solid defense over there. It's unknown quarterback play. It's unknown quarterback play, and I want to see Bo Nix do it in the playoffs. Yeah, he's done it this year against some decent teams.
JB.
Obviously, Packers take a huge blow with Micah Parsons getting hurt, and Jordan Love kind of did Jordan Love things yesterday. Of course, not to that extent, but he did give him a pick, although it wasn't necessarily his fault. But I want to see Bo Nix do it in the playoffs. Drake May, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence. I got to see these guys do it in the playoffs, or else I'm not sold. The reason why I'm so high on the Texans is because I think they have I think their defense is better than the Broncos defense. And when you can ride the best defense, you don't got to play perfect offense. So I'm not putting too much pressure on CJ Stroud right now, but he's going to have to make some plays too. Definitely going to have to make some plays if they want to make.
And you're just saying you trust CJ Stroud more than you trust Bo Nix right now.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Bo Nix, he's done it. Like I do say where I was wrong. Where I was wrong is Bo Nix has made plays and he has willed his team back in certain areas. I mean, this team was down, and there was a point in the second half where literally you saw Bo Nix scrambling, moving around, extending the plays, kind of like a Patrick Mahomes. So is that going to happen in the playoffs when he's playing? You know, who knows who he's playing? If he's playing the Texans, I don't know. I don't know if he could do that. I don't think he can do that if he's going up against the Texans. I don't know. It's just too many question marks right now in the AFC for me to feel comfortable. With any of these.
I mean, and that just goes to show what the NFL is right now. I mean, the AFC and the NFC are both just completely wide open because everything feels new. It feels like we're in with the new and out with the old. The new guys are starting to take over. I mean, you're starting to see this thing in like basketball, right? Where they're starting to push out like the Steph Currys and the LeBrons, and the young bucks are starting to slowly take over. I think that's what we're starting to see. We're starting to see that transition before our eyes in the NFL. And I couldn't agree with you more. I think, to be honest, I don't know that I trust the Bills. Like for the same questions,
you don't trust the
same
Bills
questions
either.
that you have. But even with Josh Allen, I mean, you can't continue to start slow like that because you're not going to be able to overcome these deficits whenever you're playing against a defense like a Denver Broncos or a Houston Texans, or even maybe right now with the way they're moving, the Jacksonville Jaguars, especially if the offense starts buzzing. I mean, I know New England behind Henderson, who absolutely killed it for Matthew Cedillo in his fantasy football league, who did have over 200 points. And Matt, we did see it. We were like, damn, how the hell did Matt just out of nowhere come out of nowhere? Then you look at his roster and you're like, God dang, this dude's kind of stacked, boy. He's kind of stacked. But I would probably say Matt has I have to look at it again. I'm gonna have to look at him, but I feel good about where I'm at on my fantasy team after getting a massive win over Kevin Kelly. But with the Buffalo Bills, it's hard for me. It feels like they're the same team they've been like the last couple of years when they've gotten bounced in the AFC Championship or in the second round. Like it don't feel like their defense has really improved. It feels like they still don't have a pass rush. Although Bosa finally showed up for them there at the end to get that tip pass from Drake May that ended the game, so that move finally paid itself off. But where we needed to pay off is in the playoffs. And I hate to just say we need to look at the playoffs. That's one of the statements that I've always hated because it's like, or then what's the point of talking week to week, right? Or day to day if we're just going to say let's wait till the playoffs. But with this Buffalo team, I mean, we don't need to wait till the playoffs to see that this team still hasn't fixed its issues, and Josh Allen is still the best running back. Or really just the best offensive weapon for that Buffalo team. I don't know how far that can take them. It just feels like we're kind of living the same story for the Buffalo Bills. To be determined, though, right? To be determined. But as of right now, who would you say is your favorites coming out of the AFC?
Who's my favorite? It's hard to say, man. Of course, I could say the Bills just because, but yeah, to your point, I mean, they still have the same issues. They still have the same issues. There's really no go-to wide receiver, no number one playmaker out wide for him. James Cook and Josh Allen is pretty much all you got. You got some decent ends. The defense, it hasn't been as good this year, but I think it is turning the corner. And it's making plays when it needs to make plays. So that defense is still, I think they're still growing into what they can be, or I think they're just an optimistic defense. I think that's what it is. And if that defense can come together this last month and in the playoffs, then I think they got a really good chance. But man, it's hard for me to go away from the Broncos right now. I guess we'll see next week too.
You're confusing me. You're so
I know, man. The Broncos. For me, it's the Bills, Broncos, and then I don't know why I like the Texans so much. It's that number one defense, man. It's that number one defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
CJ Stroud is very likable. CJ Stroud is very likable.
I don't know, man.
I think it's D'Amico. D'Amico's personality is kind of rubbing off on the rest of the world. Like he's just one of those hard-nosed guys, goes to work, puts on that hat, and gets to it. I love what Houston Texans is doing right now. JB, let's go into another winning locker room. This is a team in your division. And then I'll get your thoughts after.
Yeah, exactly, dude. See, this is the thing. When Sadio, what he pointed out, dude, literally Josh Allen had an awful game against Houston, and so did Patrick Mahomes. Like, together they were combined like 30 of 68 or something, like 5 turnovers, no touchdowns. Like, this team can shut down quarterbacks. So that's my thing. Like, right now, this defense, the Houston Texans defense can take you so far. Because if you're doing that to Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, what are you going to do to Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, that's a division rival, but what are you going to do to Justin Herbert? What are you going to do to Bo Nix? What are you going to do to Drake May? Like, man, that's what I'm scared about, man. That they could really make a run.
And I'm just scared for that. Like I said, with that Buffalo's team, it just feels like it's the same story. Like we're reliving the same dream.
Yep.
I bet Matt Sadio would probably agree that it really does feel like you're living the same dream, literally, from the last like 4 years. And the only thing that's changing is the fact that Patrick Mahomes won't be in the playoffs. So I think if anything, the pressure has elevated itself. And now you got the dad power. Josh Allen and his wife made the announcement that they're having a baby this weekend. So now is that going to elevate you like it has multiple fathers in the football league? Or are you going to be one of those that just stays here and then that roller coaster goes up, but that sucker comes down and that thing comes down quick? I don't know. I'm not sold on the Buffalo Bills. I don't think Buffalo comes out of the AFC. The Buffalo Bills were my pick at the beginning of the season, but the way that the season is just slowly playing out, there's nothing outside of Josh Allen that the Buffaloes do or have that scares me, honestly. And that's including James Cook, because at the end of the day, it feels like Josh Allen is the best running back for that Buffalo team. Outside of Josh Allen's legs, I mean, you can only play Superman so many times before it comes back and backfires you. Let's ask Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield how that's working out for them, right? You can only put on the Superman cape so many times, JB. But a gentleman that's had the Superman cape on for quite some time would be Mr. Caleb Williams. Let's see what Ben Johnson had to say to them boys in the locker room.
Hell yeah! Going back, guys, taking care of business. How about that fair weather, huh? Woo! Get your some. Right? No, right? Now you guys are pretty fast to get back in the locker room after that game, though. All right? Great job, man. There's a number of performances that stood out in that game. Defense, multiple sacks across the board. Offense, 31 points. Special teams, field position. All right, I got 2 game balls that I'm going to give out here today, all right? First one is this, all right? Going into the third quarter, took us just a second to get going, all right? But I'm telling you, once this play happened, it really ignited the rest of the way, okay? D-Jack that interception was all right, and then on offense here, 4 catches, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. DJ Moore!
JB, you see Caleb?
What did he do?
Oh, he's just having fun, bro. He's just enjoying the time right now. Look at this.
4 catches, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. DJ Moore! What you got?
Man, about damn time, man. I think I said I ain't fall off, man. I've been appreciating y'all. First time, 10 wins.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's fun as hell. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Defense, we still gonna kick y'all ass this week.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Close it out for us, Jason. Come on,
All right,
BJ.
D-Jack, you already hit it, man. You already hit it. Shorter week this week, okay? Shorter week this week. With that being said now, that's 10, gentlemen. That's 10. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. You gonna get better. You gonna get better. You better get better. You better get better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
Man, them boys are buzzing, JB. You like this Bears team, huh?
They're going 0-3.
To end the season? No, you don't believe that.
Yes, I do.
Why? Why are we still hating on the Bears here?
They're fraud. You just beat the Browns. That's all I'm going to say. You just beat the Browns.
That's a good defense.
No, I don't care. Not when the offense can't put up no points.
Oh, you're talking about the Browns team, the team where the head coach sent out their starting quarterback with the wrong play calling sheet on his wrist? That team?
Yeah, that team.
Oh,
a dumpster fire.
The team when the media keeps saying that there's one guy that's trying to sabotage somebody's career, and then there's another group that's like, no, he's not, and then that coach goes out there and gives the wrong wristband to the starting quarterback, and we're supposed to believe that he's not sabotaging Shador's career. You're talking about the team that should fire their head coach? Yes, that team. You're right, JB. Maybe I do need to pump the brakes on the Chicago Bears because Cleveland Brown is an absolute dumpster fire. The fact that Kevin Stefanski still has a job as we woke up this morning blows my mind. If there's one guy that deserves to lose his job more than Matt Eberflus this morning, that would be Kevin Stefanski. At one point, named the coach of the year. We should honestly, they should do it like the Heisman, and the NFL should go to Kevin Stefanski's house and remove that coach of the year award and take it from him. He don't deserve it. Get out of his house. What a joke Kevin Stefanski is for what he did to Shador Sanders. Was it on accident? It doesn't matter. That cannot happen, especially optically. The way that the Cleveland Browns organization is portrayed and how people are looking at you and how you're looking at Shador Sanders sideways, and then that happens. Like, I don't know what's worse in Ohio, that or the whole Michigan scandal that's going on right now. We'll ask Tim Foley about that tomorrow when he comes on at 7 a.m. But Ohio is no bueno. It's no bueno. I mean, it's bad out there. You got Cleveland, you got Michigan, and then you probably got Jake Paul going to sleep here in about a week. So it don't look good in Cleveland, JB. What was your thoughts on that whole wristband thing?
I don't know if it's true or not, but still, if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like you're, and people want to say, "Oh, Shador, you look like a 5th-round quarterback." Blah blah blah. Like, dude, it's his 3rd start. It's his
it's
like
a 5th-round.
Come on, like people were roasting JJ McCarthy. Same sort of way. It's just nobody has patience. They want to see the failure of this dude so bad, and I still don't think he was awful. It's just that offense that he's really got no help. Like, yeah, he threw 3 interceptions, but Jerry Jeudy, you got to make a better play in the end zone right there when Jalen Johnson just ripped the ball out of your hands. Got to be better. You got to be better. That doesn't make the quarterback look any better. So, I just think Stefanski's got to go first and foremost. Like that's the first thing, and then you got to just build your team because you got some good young stars. I think you just got to build the right team, put the right coaching staff together, a team that actually believes in Sanders. I don't know if he's going to have a quarterback competition next year for the starting job. I'm sure he will. We still don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. Dylan Gabriel's still there. He's still going to be there. So Shador's still going to be. It sounds like there's going to be a quarterback competition, whoever's in the building next year. So I don't know. The best quarterback needs to win. And if that's Shador, hopefully they don't, blackball him in any way. But, I don't think he's he hasn't earned the right to lose his job. I'll say that.
Shador needs Robert Saleh. And I know that sounds crazy because it's a defensive coordinator, but he needs what DeMeco Ryan did to the Houston Texans. That's what Shador needs. And I think DeMeco Ryans is the answer. But you ask, I don't know if this is real. Well, let's find out. This is Kevin Stefanski was asked on the press last night. Let's see what he said.
Was there something wrong with Sanders' Yeah, there was a miscommunication early.
They mentioned that you guys had the wrong plays in the wristband on the first 2 drives. Is that accurate?
No. Yeah. There was something. I don't know if the wristband got something on it or whatever it was.
Was there something wrong with Sanders' wristband?
Yeah, there was a miscommunication early.
They mentioned that you guys had the wrong plays in the wristband on the first 2 drives. Is that accurate?
No. Yeah. There was something. I don't know if the.
No. No. No, it wasn't. Was it or was it not? Like, come on, Stefanski. Let's get him out of town. What a joke.
Get him out.
What a joke. What a joke, bro. I'm sick of that Cleveland Browns team, bro. They actually make me more sick. Like, they make me actually feel okay being a Cowboys fan because I'm just like, oh, it's worse somewhere else. It could be worse.
It is.
It could be worse. But JB, the Green Bay Packers, let's not miss the Green Bay Packers yet again. We forgot them. We forgot a little bit about them last week. And Mike Nunez asked us, what did we think about the Green Bay Packers yesterday? Or did they give us a little bit of humble pie? But then they come out and they drop one to the Denver Broncos. And most importantly, they lose Micah Parsons to torn ACL is from what it's being reported to or this morning. Christian Watson gets hurt there at the beginning of the second half, and it feels like that offense was never the same. And I asked Earl, like, what the hell? Like, what happened? And he really put it in perspective for me that Christian Watson is kind of the only offensive weapon for Jordan Love outside of Josh Jacobs. And you look at that wide receiver core, and they went out and drafted a wide receiver from Texas in Matthew Golden, and he has yet to really put his stamp on what this Green Bay Packers offensive potential can be. I don't know how they're going to look going forward. The response from E-Rob as soon as Micah tears his ACL is that's the season. That's the season. And I don't know how to react to this Packers team because it feels like it's going to be the same team that we saw from last year. So this is a one playoff win team without Micah Parsons. But I mean, J Love looks kind of cool throwing that rock, doing those little fadeaway passes. JB, I mean, where are we with this Packers team?
I think they're in the same spot they were even before the game. I think this team is just. I don't think you're going to win anything with Jordan Love. I don't like he's not very accurate. He'll throw some good balls every now and again, but I'm not sold on Jordan Love. Never have been. I don't know. That's just my biasy coming out or something, but Jordan Love, he's got to take that next step. Get rid of the stupid plays, take that next step to become in the elite tier. I think he's an average quarterback. I wouldn't put him in the top 10 category, top 8 category for sure. But for me, it's the whole team is going to be based on how Jordan Love, how well he does. Even with Micah Parsons, if he didn't get hurt, you know what I mean? I don't know. I see this team being the same team they were last year. Young, good.
Micah Parsons gets them to the NFC Championship, though.
I don't think so.
I mean, we're not going to know. We're not going to know.
I don't think he did. I don't think he would have. I'll just say that.
But man, that's tough. That's tough for the Packers. I feel for them. I mean, it feels like their season is in the dumps. Yeah. But the Broncos go on and secure their playoff spot this year after their win over the Packers, being the first AFC team to clinch. Let's see. The Broncos have won each of their last 11 games after a 1-2 start to 2025, making the longest active win streak in the NFL. Bo Nix is the second most winning quarterback in his first 2 seasons with 22 wins, tying Dak Prescott, Ben Roethlisberger, and Andrew Luck. So Bo Nix and this Broncos team absolutely crushing. JB, let's go into one more locker room before we close the show out. Let's go into San Francisco. Our chatter on the San Francisco 49ers has been a little bit quiet. It's been a little bit low, but that's only because I think about 5 weeks ago, we threw our clip out into the world that said, let's have a moment of celebration for the 49ers clinching a playoff berth. That was 5 weeks ago, JB. And you know what? They look exactly what we thought they were going to be, a team that should be in the playoffs. And they look like maybe one of the favorites in the NFC that are going into the playoffs, riding hot behind Brock Purdy. Let's go into that locker room with Shanahan real quick.
First of all, congratulations to everybody. All right, we took care of business. We got our 10th win of the season. Big deal, man. Hey, guys, we knew that's how that game needed to be. Appreciate everyone. Let's pray.
Hang on 1 second. Hell of a job, fellas. 10 wins is a big deal. Like
Yeah,
Kyle
it is.
said, we got to finish better, right? Keep getting better. We got a hell of a leader here in our head coach. Happens to be his 46th birthday today.
Aww. Grinning, look at that. Even with all those injuries. Even with all the injuries.
We got a long way to go. We got some big goals, big plans for this season, bro. And the only way we're going to get there is together now. Let's go now. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win!
Big dreams. The only way they're going to win is together. Beautiful words from Mr. Williams there. JB, 49ers, man. How we liking them? I did take a peek at what their winning streak looks like, and I know some people are going to be like, yo, chill out. Have you seen who they've beat? And they got a point, but this team, we've seen them. They have playoff experience. So for them, it's about getting to the dance, and they've already been able to accomplish that. I don't know that they would have to lose out for them not to get in, which I don't see that happening. And with that being said, like, this is a hot team with some experience, whose injuries might come back to bite them in the butt come playoffs. But man, this team looks fun, and Brock Purdy looks to be clicking on all cylinders. I know it was against the Titans, 37-24 win, but winning's win. We've seen that it's hard to get a win in the NFL, and this team is on a 4-game winning streak. JB, last games were the Titans, the Browns, the Panthers, and the Cardinals. The last time they lost were to the Rams at home, 26-42. Yikes. Before that, they beat the Giants, and then before that, they lose to the Texans. So I can see where someone would have a little bit of pushback and say, hey, who have the 49ers played for you to have this amount of confidence? But it's not about who they've played. It's just how they've won. And this team, good teams, whenever they get matched up against a lesser team, sometimes we'll see them kind of bring their game down to the level of their opponent. But we haven't seen that from Brock Purdy and this 49ers team. I mean, are we liking them? We're digging them?
I think they're good. Don't get me wrong, and I think they have enough experience, like they have enough veteran presence that they should win those type of games. Now, my thing is if you start playing, I don't think they're going to get matched up with like a Detroit early on. But if they start, and I feel like here's the thing with the Rams, if they can somehow play the Rams, maybe second round, okay, that's a really good matchup. If you get the whoever wins the NFC South at this point, we have no clue. The Bucks, Panthers, that's a good matchup for the 49ers to win that first round, get that first round victory. But I don't know, man. I think eventually the injuries will catch up to them, and we'll see that on the defensive side. I just don't think the offense is like a firehouse, like a powerhouse offense that's going to keep scoring on you like the Rams can do. Even like the Lions can do. I don't even know if the Lions are going to make it in, but they can if they win out. If the Lions can win out, and like I said, that debacle from the Bears happens sooner, because I'm just not sold on the Bears. So if the Lions get in, then they're going to be a tough team to play and slow that offense when they're hitting on all cylinders. There's some high-powered offenses in the NFC, and I just don't know with the injuries that the 49ers have if they can keep up, and then if their defense is going to get enough stops when it matters in the playoffs. I'm just that's my only thing that I'm not sold on the 49ers with. That's the only thing.
Injuries.
Well, injuries come back depending on the matchup of who they play. Now, if they're playing the Rams, if they're playing Seattle, I feel like those games can go either way, because a division matchup, you never know what's going to happen, especially if you play them a third time. We've seen weird things in a division. So I think seeding really matters for the 49ers. If they can get to that 5th seed and play the 4th seed, the NFC South winner, I think that's a victory. And then the second round, it's going to be real interesting to see who they match up against. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just not sold on them because of their injuries. I think eventually that catches up to a good team, and I just don't think their offense is too much like a powerhouse, in the NFC.
Yeah. Brock Purdy showing us that.
But
Hey, y'all think I couldn't do it without stout wide receivers? Well, guess what?
Exactly.
I'm him. So shout out to the Niners. It feels like they paid the right guy. Brandon Ayuk.
see.
I'm like, whatever's going on with Brandon Ayuk, it doesn't sound like he's going to be a 49er next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Whatever's going on with him, like, I don't know that you're excited. I don't know if you're another team. I don't know how excited you are, Brandon Ayuk, coming into your locker room. I mean, it sounds like piss poison. I don't understand. Whenever you look into the locker room of this 49ers team, it feels like they're gelling. It feels like it's been fun. It feels like they've been over to overcome just about anything that comes their way. I mean, we're talking about a team that year after year after year just deals with the worst of injuries. I mean, at the most crucial positions, and somehow they manage a way to just come out with W's. So you got to give some level of respect to this 49ers team. And like we said weeks back, like, congratulations on the playoff berth. So shout out to the 49ers getting into the playoffs. They haven't quite clinched, but that will come shortly. I don't see them losing. I don't see them losing a game to end the season, and I definitely don't see them losing out whatsoever. So shout out to the 49ers. JB, tomorrow on the show, Tim Foley will be joining us at 7 to talk about everything that's happening in the college football world and to prepare us for the college football bowl games. Also joining us tomorrow will be Mr. Ryder, the gentleman that was supposed to join us last Thursday, but he had some stuff come up, kind of had to cancel last second, which is okay. It's okay. You just got to make up for it this Tuesday. So that I look forward to talking to them tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll finish talking about. We'll kind of close the chapter on Week 15. JB. We'll talk about that old man that went out and played yesterday. I kind of felt like he left his corpse on the field. And Mr. Phillip Rivers had a close game, almost won it, but not quite. They lost to the Seattle Seahawks 16-18. We have a lot of question marks for that Seattle Seahawks team, JB. Can Sam Darnold get it done, or did the old Sam Darnold kind of show his face just a little bit yesterday? Also, will the Detroit Lions get into the playoffs after losing a big one to the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams losing Devontae Adams to a hamstring injury? We don't know the significance of it yet. My TV wouldn't work, so I couldn't throw on the show from or NFL Network to see what Adam Schefter had or Ian Rappaport had said, because he was supposed to come on at 7 there to discuss. So that news actually might have already came out, but according to Sean McVay, it didn't look good. Some people were speculating, saying that maybe he tore it. Which will, I mean, JB, you felt that this summer. You tore your hamstring.
I didn't tear it. I think it was just a great, grade 2 pull. I think,
Okay.
If I would have
a
torn
pull
it,
and a tear are completely different. A pull is you're
but a
probably
pull-
out 3 to 4 weeks. A tear, you might end the season.
No, here's the thing. No, nope. I will never ever say a hamstring unless you get the right therapy. It could be 4 weeks, but man, I'm barely still getting over that thing, dude. And I work out, I freaking stretch. I try to do what I can do, and right now I'm to the point where I don't feel it. You know what I mean? Like, this just happened within the past month where I really don't feel it anymore. But it was always a thing that lingers around, like a grade 2 pull. That lingers around for a while, man. I don't know.
Part of it is mental too, though. Like part of it's almost like you're scared to explode because it feels like it's gonna. Yeah.
Feels like it's
same thing with my calf. Like, as soon as it gets tight, like even when I go just for a light run, when it gets tight, I'm like, oh, I gotta chill out, because it feels like it's like, all right, buddy, you go on a little sprint right here, and that thing's just gonna fire up. The fact that me and you pulled our hamstring and our calf at Hike and Spike It, which is a flag football tournament. Well, it's not even Hike and Spike It. It's actually called the
What is it? Glory Days. I don't know. Matt knows.
Glory Days, baby. Yep.
I think that's what it used to be called.
So shout out to the Glory Days. Biggest flag football tournament in southeastern New Mexico. So you guys got to come check that out. That's Memorial Day weekend. It's actually pretty dope for those that are looking for a reason to come look at the UFO festivities in Roswell, New Mexico. It's a good time. A lot of folks go out there. There's a lot of dogs. It's cool seeing the young athletes kind of come up and to see their cockiness. Really, it kind of makes me look back like, damn, did we used to talk a lot of ish like these young boys? Because them young boys are talking. They are absolutely, and they don't care if you're old. They're like, if you're old out here, you can get it too. You can get it too.
Ruthless.
That's some good stuff. Macedio, one of the dominant figures in the flag football world here in Roswell, New Mexico. So shout out to them boys. They're always winning stuff. We got a couple boys from Roswell that are still playing sports, and they just travel around and go take people's money for fun. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat by the boys, huh?
Oh, yeah.
But JB, all right, we'll close the book on NFL Week 15 tomorrow. Shout out to you getting that glorious victory yesterday in front of my face. It was nice. It was nice for us to watch a game together. Nice shirt. That's a nice shirt,
baby.
Skull. 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 Skull.
What a glorious
Let's go,
victory!
baby. Way to
As,
end the generational run.
Yeah, the generational run is over. Borba blew out the candle. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them today. They deserve it. Might change their day, as Pat McAfee says. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Jay, let's not end it with the regular outro. Let's go ahead and hit them with that clip from JB blowing out the candle from us. Let's end it like that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS. See ya.